Okay, so let's try to do 13.4 number 13 quickly.
Number 13?
Yeah, you asked for 13, didn't you?
No.
No. Perfect. Let's never do this one.
Oh, yeah, it is. I'm sorry. No. It's actually 15 and 17.
Okay, let's do 13 anyway,
Okay.
since we have it up here. Okay, so the formula I need is the geometric series formula, which is 1 plus r squared, and so on, not stopping, is what? 1 over, cool, good, 1 minus r. Remember this one. The other one, the finite one, I do not give a crap if you remember. I would develop that every time personally. This one you need to know. Okay? So when they start with 1, you get 1 over 1 minus r. Okay. This geometric series that I have here starts at 1.
Whoa. Get rid of that.
Okay, so this starts with 1 over 3 to the 4th power, right? Plus 1 over 3, what's next? 5th power, and so forth, right?
Plus 1/3.
Okay, so I need to make this look like that, which means it needs to start with 1. So what do I factor out so that it starts with 1? Factor out what now? Yeah, factor out a 1/3 to the 4th. You guys see that? Right? That's what I meant. So if you factor out a 1/3 to the 4th, this is 1 plus, what's the next one? 1/3, and the next one is 1/3 squared, and so forth, right? And this guy is a geometric sequence with r is what? 1/3. Okay, so all this junk in here becomes, so I got my 1 over 3 to the 4th, and then all that stuff becomes a 1 over 1 minus 1/3. Which then you could simplify into 1 over 1/3 to the 4th times what? What's 1 minus 1/3? 2/3. So in here goes a 3/2. And so you could notice that that's 1 over 3 to the 4th times 3 over 2, which is 1 over 54. Yeah, so you can 1z a 3 and get 1 over 27 times 1 over 2. 27 times 2 is 54. Checked out. Cool? Questions, Steele? We were trying to sum this thing. So we found the sum from I is 4 to infinity of 1/3 to the I, and it's 1 over 54. Cool. Yes. Yeah, we found that you can add infinitely many numbers that are all not 0 and get to a pretty small number, 1 over 54. Of course, we did start a ways down multiplying by a 1/3 every time, right? You guys see that? So that's like I started with a box, right? And I cut it into thirds, and then I didn't use any of those. And I cut one of those thirds into thirds, and I didn't use any of those. And I cut those thirds into thirds, and I didn't use any of those. And now I get to use one of these, right? I got 1 over 3 to the 4th, so I got one of the 4th layer thirds. And then I got a 1/3 to the 5th, which means I cut another one into thirds and used one of those. So I'm not getting very much of this square at all. You guys see that? I'm getting like a very small little chunk down here in the corner, which is apparently 1/54 of the total.